Good morning, beloved. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning. I'll be right All right. Good morning, Judith. Good morning, Erica. Good morning, Regina. Good morning. I needed some H2O. I was like, hold up. This is not going to work. It was an amazingly busy weekend. I expended a lot of energy, used a lot of it, and I'm grateful for it. I'm grateful that I have the energy to use. I'm grateful that this body works as well as it does. I'm grateful that I am 60 years old and I can go up and down stairs and back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. That's what I did. That's what I did this weekend. I did a back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So we have my stove isn't working, and I just haven't gotten it fixed. Just haven't stopped long enough to get it fixed. And so I had to go next door and use their stove to cook for Easter. And it's right next door. So back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. You don't have no idea how many times you go to the stove when you're cooking, unless you have to go somewhere else to go to the stove. But for that, I'm grateful. Like, I had to go up and down, stairs, back and forth, up and down, forgot this, up and down. And I was able to do it. Now, today my legs are reminding me of that, but in a good way. In a good way. When I was going to sleep, my legs were reminding me of that, but in a good way. Good morning, Dorian. Good morning. Welcome. Thank you, Erica. I'm sure you look beautiful too. Brian, good morning, Brian. Thank you for the heart. I love you back, sis. We gonna be together in 2 days. We gonna be together in 2 days. Yay. Can't wait to hug you, Brian. Can't wait to see you and hug you. All right. That's better. That is better. So yeah, so today I want to talk about this notion of bettering your best. Bettering your best. Yes, I can't wait either. Bettering your best. Yes. So this notion of bettering your best. What does that look like? What does it look like to better your best? Look, first of all, we all are where we are right now. And we must honor and appreciate that. We must honor and appreciate that we are where we are right now. Right? Because if you don't honor and appreciate where you are, then you don't leverage it. If you fail to honor and appreciate where you are currently, you fail to leverage where you are. Because if you're not honoring it, if you're not appreciating it, if you're not finding value in it, then you can't mine it for its richness. You're unable to mine, you're unable to pull out the gems and the jewels and the lessons and the learns and build upon them and then move forward. You're unable to do that. What happens if we fail to honor and appreciate where we are? We have a tendency to bemoan, to belittle, to lessen, to not benefit from it, right? We have a tendency to not benefit from it. And so I want to come this week, all week long, beloved, and talk about bettering your best. So I believe, now this is my personal philosophy, and I received it from a mentor of mine. And he said, every person is doing the best that they can at any given time. Every person at any given time is doing the best they can, right? And for some people, some people's best, however, can mean our death. Some people's best can mean our death. So I used to have this saying that I said all the time, and I remember that I just thought about it. I hadn't said it in a long time. PAP was one of my life philosophies. Is people are precious, and I still hold to that. People are precious, and some of us precious people need to be medicated in order to navigate life's challenges, and some precious people may need to be incarcerated in order to take care of all the precious people. Some precious people need to be held in accountability. Some precious people need to be shown a mirror. Some precious people need, all kinds of things to help us to see where we are and to help us navigate where we are. But I still do believe all people are precious. But it is absolutely imperative that we understand where we are so that we can leverage where we are, so that we can navigate it in order to improve, in order to increase, in order to expand, in order to grow, in order to become more. There's always more. Yes, there is always more. There is always more. Now, not more in the sense of just to accumulate, not more in the sense of I'm not enough. You are enough. Let me just say, I'm going to talk about that for a minute. In essence, this is how I bring it to its base. This is how I bring the enough thing to its base. When you say you're not enough, this is me, one-on-one. We are saying that we are not enough to be who we are. Because I'm not enough for the other stuff. That's insane. Like, that's what I'm not enough. I'm not enough to what? I'm not enough to be. Because our only job and life job is to be and become. So what do you mean you're not enough to be? You already are. I'm not enough to be. That's like somebody telling me my name is not Catherine, Kathy, whatever. Cat. That's like someone telling me that it's not that. What do you mean? It does not compute. I need you to hear when that thought comes to your mind that says you're not enough. I need you to hear that in terms of someone says, you are not you. Because I need you to hear the ridiculousness of the I'm not enough thing. The ridiculousness of it. The other thing is outside of you. It's There's growth. That's growth opportunities. Those are, good morning, Letitia. Welcome, honey bun. Those are growth opportunities. The other thing are possibilities. The other things are, opportunities. That's what those things are, in order to learn, to grow, to become, to try this and to for it to work, and to try this one and it didn't work, and to expand and increase. That's what those other things are. But the I'm not enough question, enough for what? To be me? How's that possible? And how is it serving you to surf that? How is it possible? And how is it serving you to surf that? I am not enough. You are beyond enough. You are beyond enough because you already are you. You have been you as long as you've been you. So how does that mean? How does that compute? Now, there are times and situations where we need to improve, we need to grow, we need to learn, we need to become, we need to do all those kinds of things. That's what I'm saying. So, beloved, better your best. Better your best. Improve on where you already are. Now, let me tell you, a prerequisite for bettering your best is honoring and appreciating where you are now. That's the way we started the broadcast. Honor and appreciate where you are now. Honor and appreciate what you've learned. Honor and appreciate what's your next. Honor and appreciate what you desire. Honor and appreciate, right, the possibilities. Honor and appreciate. Better your best. Honor and appreciate where you are right now, what you know right now, what you've done right now, who you are right now, what you have right now. Honor and appreciate it. And if you want to up that, like if you want to supersize that, if you want to accelerate that, honor, appreciate, and all out celebrate. Because we can appreciate, and appreciate can be kind of quiet. That's nice. That's I really can, I really like that. I really appreciate, but celebrating it, that's putting some accelerant into the whole equation. Celebrate, 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 celebrate. Like Hercules, Hercules, Hercules. Better your best. Better your best. If it's the best that you have, you gotta honor it, beloved. You gotta say, okay, that's the best. Yes, I love celebrating. Me too, honey bun. Me too. So that's the best that I have. That's the best that I have. Yeah. So yesterday we did an Easter dinner, and I have some preferences of the way I would want it to go. My optimal, and that wasn't yesterday, but yesterday was amazing. It was absolutely wonderful and amazing and great and lovely and all those kinds of things. And it was the best I had yesterday. But because yesterday was an opportunity because I have the opportunity to go sit places and to learn, have the opportunity now to go and reflect on all the pieces that led up to yesterday, to the execution of yesterday. And so now I know next year, from a planning perspective, what I will do differently. Many of the things I'll do the same, many of them, but some things I will do differently, just to be able to prepare better, just to be able to have an expanded, increased, and upped outcome. But what I won't, let me tell you what will be absence from my reflection. The ain't, the can't, you won't, you don't, you should have. You were supposed to. Those will be absent from my reflection, because those words have a tendency to be words we use to beat up on ourselves in reflection. Why didn't Kathy? Why didn't you? You should have done this. No, I generally use words like, okay, next time I'm going to, or, oh, I see, well, that wasn't the best. Okay, we're not doing that again, Catherine. Right? I do things like that. Or I would have preferred from this vantage point, I can see that I would have preferred, or that I now prefer. Now that I know what I know, I now prefer. Do you see? Because when we look at the past and we judge ourselves from our present lens, we judge our past from our present lens, we are causing all kinds of problems for ourselves. We really are. We're causing all kinds of problems for ourselves. So, um, so I just really want to invite us today to look at where we are. Take a sober assessment. Y'all know I like sober assessments. Take a sober assessment, and take a sober assessment. Tell yourself the whole truth, and then so that you can get the lay of the land. Where am I in my emotions? My emotion regulation, my emotion management. Where am I in managing my emotions? Where am I? And then once you get a sense, then ask yourself, where do I want to go? What area of managing my emotions would I like to improve in? What would I like to see differently? How can I change this? Right? And so once you do that, then the next thing is to say, now, how do I get there? Here's where I am. Here's where I'd like to go. What do I need to do? Who do I need to become? That's the question. Who do I need to become to get there? That's a juicy question. That's a juicy question. Who do I need to become in order to get from here to there? So if you think about athletes, I think about gymnasts. That's what just popped in my mind. Gymnasts who come in and they want to go to the Olympic teams, right? And they get a vision in their mind. They get a vision of who they have to become to make it to the team. Beloved, get a vision in your mind of what it looks like to better your best. Get a vision in your mind of what it looks like to up your present. Get a vision in your mind of what it looks like to become who you only imagined you can be. Get a vision in your mind of your next best opportunity to move forward and outward and upward and through. Get a vision in your mind, beloved. Get a vision in your mind. Get a vision. And then build on the vision. Then build on the vision. Get a vision in your mind and then build on the vision. Okay? All right? Okay. So, as we think about this notion of bettering your best, honor the best that you have right now because it's all that you could have brought to the table. So if you beat yourself up about what you should have brought to the table, you don't give yourself space and time. You create such a hostile environment that it's hard to see what you even have. I want to be that virtuous woman God called me to be. You already are. So you are the virtuous woman that God called you to be. And so it's walking that out, right? It's looking like what does it look like to be more virtuous? Thank you for the love. Thank you, honey. What does it look like to increase your virtue? So I'm walking it out. What does it look like to because you already are that virtuous woman. So the question becomes, Let's see. What's the question? What's the question? Since we just improving from where we are, growing from where you are, increasing from where you are. So I want to become more virtuous. I want to increase my virtuoso. I made that word up. Virtuosity. My virtuosity. But yes, I hear you, honey. I know exactly what you mean. I love you. I love you back. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So anyway, that's the subject that we're having this week. Look, this week, our For the Love of It will be recorded. It will be this week. We will show episode number 1. For all of you who didn't get to watch episode number 1 of For the Love of It, make sure that you tune in Friday from 11:30 to noon so that you can watch the first episode. So we will be watching For the Love of It. I will be watching it myself. I think I'm going to watch myself watching it. So I will be watching it myself, For the Love of It. Yes, 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 and yes. All right, beloved, at the moment that Abba gave us our breath, me and you know what we did? We forfeited, we relinquished, we gave up the right to not be amazing. You and I, we ain't even got the right to not be amazing because it's like you're playing a game anyway, because you already are. So why are you pretending like you're not? I'm just saying. Everyone have a good day. Stay safe and please be mindful of your surroundings. Thank you, Brian. See you, sis. All right. I love y'all. Talk to you tomorrow. Better your best. What does that look like for you to better your best?